All, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to see a video on functions. As you know, in the C itself, at the start of our code itself, we would be calling a function called main. Today we are going to create our own functions which are called as user-defined functions. Now, first let's include the main libraries, which is standard input-output library and the console input-output library. After including this, normally we would call a function which is main. This main function should be called in every program because it would be giving that where the first code should be run. So after completing all the pre-processing directives and getting all the global variables, it would be the compiler would be searching for a function called main. So in this function it would execute first. So for now I am going to call two variables int a and b. So what happens is, after calling the variable, the memory would be allocated for them. Then I am going to get these values. First I am printing the statement printer enter variable 1. Hope this is fine, and let's add the new line now itself. After that, let's call a scanner. It's int, so it's %d, comma, pass the variable with ampersand symbol. Whenever we are using an ampersand symbol, it is nothing but giving the address of the variable, so that the value will be stored in the address and it can be accessed in the variable directly. Now let's print the next statement as enter variable 2, and again a new line, so that it would go to a new line. Then let's call the scanf again, so that we can get the variable b. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to get these two values, okay, and then compare both of the values as we done before. Now from here I am going to call a new variable int. Let's call a variable int c, and for the c I am going to allocate a function called what can we name this function? For the c we are going group calc. This is just a function name based on my assumption. Okay, I would call variable a and b. Now I am going to create a variable, a function with integer type, so that we would be returning a int value to this following one. Okay, so here I am naming the same. Okay, and after that, here you are going to give your own variable names. Okay, and here also you need to declare the type of variable which you want to get explicitly. I am going to call it as int variable 1. Okay, after that I will get another variable int variable 2. Okay, now let's open the parenthesis. Here, after getting the variable, I am going to compare as we had done before in the earlier class. Okay, if variable 1 is greater than variable 2, then let's return 0. Also be specific on what you are going to return, so that we are, for this video I am going to implement another conditional here, so that from this variable we would be going to that, and we would compare which condition is being received, and as per that we are going to print. Okay, instead of 0, 0 is okay, since I am giving to a variable. Normally we use 0 when it is a successful exit, and any variable above 0 we would be using for successful exit, and we would be giving -1 when it is a failed exit. Okay, failed means when the program is not ran in the expected way. Okay, now I need to create a else, and inside the else I am going to create another if. As you know, this is a if else ladder for now. If variable 1 is less than variable 2, then we are going to return 1, else it would be equal, so I am going to return 2. Okay, yeah, for now we have written all the variables, and here I am going to use a new conditional which is called as switch, and here we are going to give C inside it. Okay, after giving switch and the variable which we are going to compare, let's open a parenthesis so that we are, as usual, we are declaring this as a separate condition. Okay, here first variable which I am going to compare is 0. Okay, so going to our function which is below 0, we are returning when variable 1 is greater than variable 2. So let's print it as such. Printf the, instead of some switch statement, let's print like this. Print. Okay, then let's pass the variables as such. Okay, and if the case is instead of 0, let's going to 1, it is the inverse, so let's print the same. Case 1, printf %d less than %d, and be careful when you are giving a variable here. If you are giving on the opposite, the value would be wrong and your case would not pass. And if I am getting case 2, let's print it %d equal to %d, which means A is equal to B. After case, we are having a particular word called default. Okay, this default would be run whenever any of the above cases is not being dealt. As like if there is none of the cases are getting accepted, it would just print a default statement. Print of, since there is no possibility that above statements cannot happen, so I am giving it as some error occur. Okay, yeah, and also please ensure that after any trace, whichever you are trying to run, add a break statement. This statement normally what it does is it will just come here after getting this break command to just exit the loop or exit the particular switch condition you are in. This is always a specific one, and you need to ensure that this break is being entered or not, because sometimes if you are using a if loop and if you want to come out of not if loop, if you are using a while loop and if you need to come out of it, you need to use a break condition there. So since I am going to use it everywhere, let's make it, just copy paste it. Okay, yeah, then as always remember to add a getch, or else you would be surprised that your program is quitting before it's giving any entry value. Okay, hope the code looks fine. Okay, if you want to do some pretty statements like compiling it in a space with white space or tab space, you can do it, you are free to do. As for me, I am not doing that for now. So this is class 1, day 6. Okay, the code is saved. Let's call the GCC compiler and give class 1 underscore day 6.c and output as class underscore 1 day 6.exe. Okay, some error happened. Okay, the error is here. Let's save it again and run. Wait a minute. It is showing a error. Okay, I have forgot to add a colon. Okay, fine. We have declared the condition and it has run successfully. Now let's run the executable class 1 day 6.exe. It's asking the variable 1 is 20 and variable 2 I would enter as 40. 20 is less than 40 obviously. And let's run it again. Let me enter the reverse one 40 and the value is 20. 40 is greater than 20. It's working perfect. And let's enter the final check 20, 20 and 20 is equal to 20. Now, as I said before, if some statement is not returning a proper statement, what could we do? Let's find it out. EASD. Okay. So what it does is, instead of getting me the variable 2, it skips both the statement and it's printing a error. This 16 is a cause of like changing the ASCII values. Okay, yeah. So here we could see that there is no default statement. Instead, what I am going to do is I am going to take the condition case 2 out of this. Okay, let's save it. Compile it again and run it again. Okay, now I am giving variable as 20, variable as 20, some error again. As I said, whenever a particular condition, case is not matching, it would enter the same for you. Go, you enjoyed this video, please comment, share and like the video. Thank you all.